Hi, I'm Kevin Warner.
I'm Don Warner.
The question we get asked a lot is how to set up a bench. There's a lot of different ways of doing it. This will be the way that we set ours up. So I notice the bench is a lot shorter than a lot of other benches.
When I first started out shooting round ball bench rest, I had a very rigid, very long bench. The reason it was long was because the round ball bench gun was longer. But when I come down here to the slug line, I kept having trouble with high-low shots. And so I built a new bench, and I made it shorter, and thought about the high-low stuff, and I kept thinking back to seeing early motion pictures of World War I artillery pieces. When one of those would go off, they would buck and snort and jump all over the ground. By World War II, they had the barrels sliding in V-ways to return to battery. So that gave me the idea that with them being as accurate as they were, that maybe I ought to incorporate some of that design in my bench. So I put the screw bolts in the front legs so that I could raise up the bench for the yardage that I needed rather than raising just the front of the bench up. That kept the rifle and the hand in the same relationship, irregardless of what yardage I was shooting. And round ball bench was relatively short range, mostly 50 and 100 yards, a little bit of 200 yards here. But we shot out to 500 yards, and we had quite a trajectory curve to get the bullet to land out there correctly. So that's basically what led to this evolution of adjustment of the bench. Now, when I was on round ball, I found it beneficial that I'd be able to look down range while I was loading. So I set up my loading platform in back. So while I was loading, I could watch my wind flags. If I seen the wind not cooperating, I could take my time loading. But if the wind was holding steady with what I wanted, I could speed up the process to get as many shots out and down range as possible in the good conditions.
Then front rest, why is this one angled? A bunch of them different.
Test I used for that was to put my gloved hand under the pedestal, and I got behind the rifle, but I didn't put any pressure against the buttstock. And I had Kevin push against the front rest of the rifle, shove back, and I would watch and see if the crosshairs went up or down, which would indicate that a little bit of movement of the rifle could cause either a high or low shot. And I changed the pitch of the front to where that was basically gone. That's how I come about that.
So through years and years of shooting the slug rifles, this short bench has been what we've incorporated works best for us. Seems to give us the consistent results that we need to be competitive at the varying yardages on different places. It's stiff enough that you don't get a lot of bounce when the gun goes off, and then it's light enough that you can easily transport it.
What we're doing now has taken probably 25 years of trial and error, quite a few errors, but when everything works well, it's really a joy to shoot. I'm Don Warner.
I'm Kevin Warner. I'm an NMLRA member for life.